Hello, everyone. I pray y'all are having a fantastic, productive, blessed day today. I don't know when you're watching this, but I just want to welcome you all back to the Person in the Back podcast. This is your girl, Charlisa Wellington. If you may not know me, I am Christ servant, nothing more, nothing less. I'm coming to you all really quickly because I believe that this is one of the things that help me be a better me. I know with so many people that may be watching this that's ready to improve themselves, personal development, as well as get closer to God and let you be a better person by being closer to God and learn different things. So we are going to dissect what that means, what that looks like practically, because y'all know I love to come practically. So I believe one of the things that's going to help you on your journey to becoming a better person, becoming a whole person, all of those things is by asking yourself questions. Do not be lazy. I think that's going to be my topic. Stop being lazy and stop not assessing yourself. Like, we assess so many people, and we go back to the scriptures that be saying time after time, examine thyself. Examine yourself first and make sure that you are in a proper position to look at someone else. So in this season of you being a better person, we want to look at how we can be a better person. And the only way you can discover the how is discover the why. Discovering your why you want to have a relationship with God. Is it because you just want to get something out of Him? Or is it just genuinely because you want to get in a place where you can seek after Him and you discover yourself in Him? That is a why question. Like, in order for me to really improve and continue to be a better me, I have to ask myself small whys first. Start out with the small whys. Like, why do you clap back whenever somebody say something? Why do you always have an attitude at the same time of the day when you go to work? Like, why do you not clean your car? Why do you not clean your room? Like, why do you not do the things that you do on a day-to-day basis? Or why do you keep picking the same person with a different last name? Those are the things that we have to ask ourselves, because if we don't ask ourselves this, somebody else will, and it may not be at the right time. I was in a position where I saw that somebody asked somebody something that was so uncomfortable, but it was one of those questions like, what do you do for yourself? Why do you continue to procrastinate? Why do you keep putting yourself to the back burner when everybody else is flourishing that's around you and you keep staying stagnated? Those are the questions, because if you don't ask yourself why, somebody else will. And you won't be comfortable with it because you were never comfortable with asking yourself that from the beginning. So start at square one today. I know that it's going to take some work, but it's going to take the same amount of time that you scroll on Instagram, that you scroll on Facebook. It'll take that same amount of time for you truly to discover how can you move forward from your past. Now, some of our responses to our whys are truly containing a root. Like, it may be past trauma, it may be something that has happened to you in your childhood, and you are still trying to get past that. You're still trying to dig up things, and that is completely fine with your responses. But some questions that you ask yourself with your why are just simply superficial answers, like our day-to-day lives of why we do the things that we do. Even if you saw your parents doing it, you should continually question yourself, because that's how you'll get better. You're not going to get better just by telling how you feel and doing all this other stuff. When you truly ask yourself why and you have a concrete answer, figure out how God can truly pivot you. Ask those questions to yourself, because when you're asking those questions to yourself, God is able to give you a response. The Holy Spirit will give you a response, and He will show you what do you need to do from this point forward and how to move on, knowing that this is my why. Like, this is my response to why I do things. Because a lot of people don't want to take the time to examine themselves because it gets so quiet. That's the quiet time. People don't like silence a lot. People like to hear people speak or they're speaking. There's never a time really where there's a gap of silence, right? I remember I was at a park one time and I was with someone, and I will always be quiet because I'm very quiet. I love to think, and also I like to hear. So they're like, why you quiet and stuff like that? I'm like, I'm just chilling. It's nothing against you. I just like being quiet because I didn't have anything to say at that moment. Sometimes in your life, there's gonna come a time where you truly can't say nothing. You just have to be still and you have to be quiet. Because God will always be speaking, but if you continue to move, you're making too much noise. You're making too much noise. The work is you doing that work on yourself and discovering you. Yes, there will be books, there will be resources, there will be classes, there will be so much, because we're in 2022. There will be so many things that you can do, but here's the thing. It's still gonna direct you back to yourself. It's still gonna come a place in your life where you truly have to sit with you and figure out, who are you? Who is the God that has created me? That's when you're really in a place where you can give out, where you can extend. But when you are still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, or you're too lazy to discover yourself, it gets to be draining. You know how you like to discover somebody else and you like, oh my God, I'm at the top of the world. I just want to figure out who this person is. And you get comfortable learning about other people, but you haven't gained the wisdom that you need to learn about you. If you learn about you, I remember it was something that I seen, that you get to learn more about you when you write. The more you write, the more you begin to discover you. What would you write about? What would be your chapter for today or for your life that has occurred up to this point? What would you say about you? What would you say about you? It's past this the conceited phase. We are in a genuine place where we really want to know about ourselves in this moment. Like, so many people go into thinking about, oh, I just need to love other people. I need to do all this. God does say love other people, but how are you going to love them if you don't love you? And if you don't love you, there's a strong possibility that you don't love God, because God says, I will show you how to love you. I created you in my own image, and He is love. He is love. He can't show you anything else. So ask yourself why today. Like, why are you constantly moving? Or why are you constantly jumping when somebody calls you, and when you call them, they can't answer the phone? Why is it so quick that you spend so much time with God for only 2 minutes, but then after that you're texting other people and you're calling people on the phone and talking to them hours at a time, and you're not letting God speak to you and you talk to Him? Why? Like, really, why? That's gonna cut out a lot of things when it comes to nutrition and stuff. And I love to dabble and dabble with nutrition, y'all. I talk about it 24/7 because that's what I do for my job. And I have to ask these people, why do you keep eating like this? Like, why do you continue to drink like 20 sodas in a day? Like, why? And some of them will say, I don't know. Or I just have an eating disorder. I eat emotionally. I do all of these things. Why though? If you truly don't know why you do certain things in your life and you can't stop this habit, truly it's a blessing, because that's one less reason of why you can't change it. It's one less reason why God cannot change your habit. He can't change your mindset. He can. He truly can. Y'all, I had to ask myself today, I was like, why haven't I cleaned my car out? Like, it's been a couple weeks. Why haven't I cleaned my car out? Or why haven't I did these things that I know I should do as a woman? Ask yourself that. Truly ask. Dig deeper. Stop just looking at the superficial stuff. Oh, did I get my hair done? Or did I get my nails done? That's cool. But really ask yourself, why do I communicate like this? Why do I keep avoiding people when they try to come to me? Those are the reasons. And go search that with the scriptures. So if you have social anxiety, ask yourself why. And if it's from a place from generational curses, ask God to relieve you of those things. Maybe it's deliverance, whatever the case may be. However, God can change that. Go to Him and ask Him, how can you truly change and change your heart about this social anxiety? And then you go to the scriptures in Philippians 4, chapter 4, verse 4. It says, God tells you, do not be anxious for nothing, but through everything pray and make your request known to Him and thank Him for everything that He's done. And guess what? Your peace will come. But if you're not truly looking at the word and you're not consuming yourself with what God says, you will continue to consume yourself with what people say and what your past says. So ask yourself today, why? Why me? Ask yourself in a place where you're ready to move, not where you're ready to stay. Y'all ever say, why me, God? Why did you call me to do this? Why did you tell me to do this? It's because He had a plan. Let me answer that for you. It's because He has a plan that's bigger than your plan. But the next why, from a confused state, God, why do I keep putting myself in a position to be with somebody I know I shouldn't be with? And God will continue to show you and guide you by His steps that He wants you to take and lead you with peace to leave people that doesn't need to be in your circle, that doesn't need to be in your future. Ask yourself why. Take the time after as soon as you cut this video off, say, God, why? Like, why am I here? Why am I working this job? And if it's not fueled by purpose, if it's not fueled by the steps that God has laid out before you, change it. His voice will show you what to do. His voice will lead you and instruct you on what you need to do next. But first, figure out why. Why do you keep overeating? Why do you keep putting yourself in a position not to look like yourself? God wants you to look like yourself and like Him, because He's made you in His own image. Y'all, be blessed.